Welcome back to the channel. It has been way too long since I have last made a video, but I am back and I want to start making more videos this year because, to be honest with you, I think it's been way too long since I've even spoken about this now. I have been wanting to make a video for quite a while. I know this is not the normal setup that I had last year. You'll also notice that there is a new name. I am now the Game Over Man.
Game over, man.
Mostly because, well, I am terrible at games and I figured that's a more fitting name for me. Welcome back to the channel. If you enjoy this video, then thank you. I'm not going to ask you to subscribe. That's that's up to you, really. And this video is going to be very quick. I just wanted to make one quick video. Last week we did have the Nintendo Direct, and I know everyone has probably done their spiel about this whole thing, and I just wanted to add in my 2 cents as the first video for, well, the year. Hopefully I'm going to do more of these videos, but there's a few games. There's a new Chrono Cross, there was Mario Strikers that was revealed, Nintendo Switch Sports, and there was one other game I can't put it, Xenoblade Chronicles 3, that was the one! Those games, they all look incredibly crazy. I think that this really solidifies the Switch as one of those consoles that now really will become the console that is for the past, present, and future. And what do I mean by that? I want to be as quick as possible with this video. I don't want to waste your time, and that's why this is going to be a quick one. The past, we have games like Chrono Cross coming to this, and I know Chrono Cross is a very old one, and the reason that is actually exciting to me personally is because younger generations have probably not played that game, probably didn't think that it was one of those games worth playing, or that it was even, you may not want to play it back in the day. Now, I'm not sure exactly what is going to happen, if there's going to be refined controls, if things are going to be different or better, I don't really know, but this is something that tells you that at least Nintendo Switch for the past gaming, console generations, it's going to bring some of that back. I know it has done that quite a while. We did have some of the ports, obviously, from the Wii U, but I would really still consider that part of this current generation of games, gaming wise, that is. And then you have Nintendo Switch Sports, which again, bringing back the past but revamping it, making it something that's new for this era, which is pretty epic, and they are going to add a lot more for that. Xenoblade Chronicles 3, this is one of those games, I won't lie to you, the only game that I played is Xenoblade Chronicles X. That game was epic. If you have not played that game, I think that you should definitely try it out. I know it's only Wii U. I'm not going to say that you should emulate that, but if you do happen to do that, then that is something that you will not regret, because that game was epic. If, obviously, you can get your hands on a Wii U and the gamepad, definitely grab yourself a copy of that game. Xenoblade Chronicles X is epic. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 being announced is something that is very crazy. I think a lot of people probably expected that game to be coming out, and I know that it's probably been in development for a while, hinted at even, but this is one of those things that is pretty epic. It does show that Nintendo is still working on the Xenoblade Chronicles series. They love that, obviously, which is something that's different and crazy. And then there's Mario Strikers. Now, I have to admit, I did not expect Strikers to come out. I didn't expect the the reaction of people. Obviously, that is one of those things that I wasn't thinking would happen, but it is happening, and really, it's one of those things. I have Mario Strikers on the Wii, and that game I thought was epic. That game was fun. It was one of those kinds of titles that I just thought was really niche and smart for Nintendo to get into. I don't think that, people love soccer, let's be realistic here, or football, depending on what country you're in. Here in Australia, we call it soccer, but people do love soccer. Obviously, FIFA has been going for years and years, and it's not going to stop. So Nintendo putting their toes back in the water with this, something that I think is epic, something that is a great idea for them to do. That is the 4 games from that Direct that I was really excited about. Those were the ones that I think were probably the best mentions of that Direct, and yes, it was, I think, what is it, a 40-minute Direct? I'm covering the best 4 games in about 5 or 6 minutes, because I think that's all that really needs to be spoken about. Those are the games, I think they were the highlights for everybody. Nintendo Switch Sports, again, one of those really fun, family-oriented things. Yes, it's smart, bringing back, a game from the Wii era, and revamping it for now. Very clever, very good idea. Nintendo, you are on the money, I think, with a few of these games. I'm sure people are going to be complaining about the price point at some point, whatever price you do choose to bring to it. These are things that's just going to happen. Chrono Cross, I'm interested to see what the price is going to be for that, and what the complaints will be, if it's going to be done well, if it's going to be done right. But it is a smart port. It is a smart time to bring that one back. I think I'm going to reiterate. I think that Chrono Trigger should definitely be on the Switch. Some version of that. I know that the DS version has been touted as the best one. Obviously, if you have a Super Nintendo, that is probably a good way to play Chrono Trigger as well. I didn't play it on the Super Nintendo. I won't lie to you. I'm not going to, even deny that fact. But on the DS, that game was epic. Nintendo, bring back Chrono Trigger. If you're going to bring back Chrono Cross, you might as well go all out. That's all I want to say. Thank you very much for joining me. This is a very quick, very impromptu video. I was thinking about making this last week. I just sort of didn't have much time, so I apologize for that, and I'm sorry if all the I'll say the number, who cares, all the 24 subscribers that I have, if any of you were annoyed that I just sort of stopped making videos, I'm sure you weren't, but I'm sorry that I did anyway. And I want to bring back this as new. It's not Royal Realm anymore. This is Game Over Man. Thank you so much for joining me, and remember,
Game over, man. It's game over.
Court's adjourned.